All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, just this video right here is just gonna bring more receipts, just more receipts and more receipts. You know, as the scripture said, prove all things, hold fast, which is good, right? First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, on whom I learn from daily. Healthy shalom to the 144,000 would-be judges on this earth, mighty men that are going to rule with rigor. All right, amongst all these nations, whether Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has scattered us. All right, it's the brother Kabar Dama coming back at you. Hey, it's gonna be quick, but it's gonna be full of receipts. I'm just watching this video from the brother Arrows of Indignation. Shalom to that brother, beloved brother, by the way. Okay, along with the rest of you brothers in the truth. So, shalom to each and every one of you, 144,000, like I said. But let's just go ahead and hit some of these receipts, and then I'm gonna play the video that I just watched. All right, proving all these damn movies, right? You know, you got your damn Braveheart, right? 'Cause I believe the brother mentions it, in this video clip. It's sort of long. It's like 8 minutes, but it's good. It's good receipts. It's good to know these things, All right. You got, what's that? Braveheart. Hell, the freaking Last Samurai somehow or another was a damn Tom Cruise. How does that work? You see, really, honestly, Esau Edom is a culture vulture, right? And the scriptures very plainly tell you in a book of Ezekiel 36 chapter, especially about the homeland Israel, how they took it with all the joy of their hearts. And these other nations, they did it too. But the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You can't forget that. James 1:1, it reads, James, a servant of the Most High Yahweh and of the Lord Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes which were what? Scattered abroad. Now, why were the 12 tribes scattered abroad? That's another cut to these 1948ers over there. Talking about the right to return and this is our land. And nah. The scriptures very plainly tell you that Israel shall dwell in peace and safety alone. That all the bombs, all the weapons, besides the Israelites themselves in the kingdom, we're gonna be weapons, okay? But everything is gonna get destroyed. There's gonna be no more war, none of that shit. But look at what happened. They're constantly at war. Again, that's another cut. All right, let's go to Ezekiel 36 right here. Ezekiel 36 in verse 19. And I scattered them among the heathen, and they were dispersed through the countries according to their way and according to their doings. I judged them. And you can go back to the curses and read Deuteronomy 28, chapter 1 through 15. We'll read it all. All right? Read it all. But what does it say? Since thou will not hearken and listen to the voice of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he's going to put all these curses upon us. All right? And one of those curses was what? That the 12 tribes of Israel will be scattered to the four corners of the earth. Why do you think the scripture talks about the angels holding back the four winds? All right? Because the Israelites are everywhere, man. We all over the place. Okay? we already there and you ain't never there. I think that's one of them lyrics in one of them dumbass songs. Anyway, all right, let's keep going. I'm going to make it too long. Isaiah 11, verse 11, and it reads, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again, the second time, to recover the what? The remnant. You remember he left 7,000? And that's a number, that's a complete number. See? Of his people, that's the Israelites, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. You hear that? That's everywhere. Scattered to the four corners of the earth. James 1 verse 1, it said greetings to who? To the Israelites, which was scattered. See? Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. You see? The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. And that's coming to pass now. Mainly, I gotta say it, mainly Northern Kingdom, they got that the ninja wake-up call. You see? Wanting to assimilate with Esau Edom. or even been tricked into thinking that they're a part of that diaspora. You see, and really that's what they wanted. They thought that they was oh no, they with us. No, they ain't. You got to remember, Esau Edom kept his hatred forever. All right. So you can't put it past these damn devils. Job 9 verse 24. And that's gonna be it. Then I'm gonna play, without further ado, I'm gonna play this video, and you're gonna see. Job 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And a matter of fact, it's Esau Edom, the ultimate culture vulture, the ultimate projector, of the things that he does upon this earth, and what? The accuser of the brethren. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Shalom. Watch this.
Also found a book or reference about a slave ship called the Veteran. Okay, you can look it up, a slave ship Veteran. And on that slave ship, there's a prisoner manifest, and it still exists. And half the prisoners on that manifest are described as black people, and they're like Scottish and Irish black people.
And this vessel was travelling from Ireland or Scotland?
I think it was. I think it might have been travelling from Liverpool to the Caribbean.
Wow.
I think there was also a very famous writer and lawyer. I think his name was Hume. And described as a black man, literally, this manifest just says it all. That these were Scottish. Oh, they were Scottish, not Irish. Scottish prisoners who were Jacobites.
Here we go again.
Yes. So after I think in the Battle of Culloden, can't remember how to pronounce it, where the Jacobites actually lost. The prisoners of war were taken to the Caribbean, and literally it describes them as black people. So when they attacked Ireland, I think it was they reduced the population. I think it was by 40 something percent.
Wow.
So those men that they didn't kill in Ireland, they transported to their new colony in the Caribbean.
Caribbean, yes, and a lot of them went to
Montserrat, Barbados, Jamaica. Literally, most of the Caribbean. They took they took the Irish and the Scottish once they attacked them, deliberately transported them over to these islands. The women stayed mostly, for the most part. And because Cromwell couldn't pay his soldiers, didn't have enough money to pay his soldiers, he gave those soldiers, these Germanics, lands in Scotland and Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
So these soldiers ended up, becoming like the Earl of Cork or whatever. Yeah. And then you can sort of look at the film Braveheart. And you'll see there's a section in it where the king says, it's time to reinstitute an old custom. We grant our nobles prima nocta. So whenever a common girl, a black girl, was to get married, our nobles, the white Germanics, will have on the night of her wedding.
Wow.
So that would ensure that the firstborn of that union would be half caste.
Indeed.
So any lands still owned by the people there, well, now there's a claim to those lands.
Claimed directly by bloodless connection.
Right. Now what would happen is the lighter skinned people would get to stay.
Yep.
The darker ones would be transported to to the Caribbean. So you do that for 300 years.
Yes.
And what you get is obviously these white people in Ireland, and from the perspective of anyone living in, say, Barbados, you'd get whiter and whiter people coming over.
Yeah.
And those whiter people would get the preferential jobs, the overseer jobs,
Yes.
and stuff like that. So yes, that's what's been happening. I found the proof of it in a book that's in the British Library. There's apparently only 2 copies of this book left in this country, and one of them is in the British Library. That's what's been happening. I found the proof of it in a book that's in the British Library. There's apparently only 2 copies of this book left in this country, and one of them is in the British Library. And I went, got an appointment to go and see it.
As you do, you can't just turn up.
Yeah, as you do, yeah. So yeah, I went to see it, and I was in the quiet. They've got these huge reading rooms, and it was dead quiet in there. And so I got this book, and I started reading, and I ended up laughing out loud because it's got the proof right in this book. It basically said that the author, who was he'd spent some time in Africa, and then he went to Jamaica, and he was looking at these black Jamaicans, and wondering, well, these Jamaicans are very different to the Africans that I just left, and they've all got Irish names. I wonder where they got these Irish names from. So he looked at the records, the land registry records, to see if he could find the names, because he assumed that they got their names in slavery.
Mm-hmm.
But he couldn't find any of the names among the landowners, which would make sense because
Of course.
it was an English colony.
Yes.
And at the time, the English were at war with the Scottish and the Irish, so there would not be any Scottish or Irish landowners over
No,
there.
not at all.
Right, so he went back to England and he checked Oliver Cromwell's records of the deportees. He found all the names. So literally, all the people, the black Irish people were transported directly over there with their names intact.
Mm-hmm.
I also found a book or reference about a slave ship called the Veteran. Okay, you can look it up, a slave ship Veteran. And on that slave ship, there's a prisoner manifest, and it still exists. And half the prisoners on that manifest are described as black people, and they're like Scottish and Irish black people.
And this vessel was travelling from Ireland or Scotland?
I think it was. I think it might have been travelling from Liverpool to the Caribbean.
Wow.
I think there was also a very famous writer and lawyer. I think his name was Hume, and described as a black man. Literally, this manifest just says it all. That that these were Scottish